before we look at an example or two of miracles, I want to ask the question, what were the functions of miracles in the New Testament? Why miracles? And why don't we have them all over the place today? I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that God is not working in an extraordinary way today, but we don't have the blaze of miracles, people being raised from the dead, and that sort of thing that was written about in the New Testament. Why do we have that? Why does the beginning of Jesus' life and all the way through his life to his resurrection, why are these events surrounded by the manifestation of miracles? Well, we remember Nicodemus came to Jesus at night. And in his introductory remarks to Jesus, he said to him, "Teacher, we know that thou art a teacher sent from God, or you would not be able to do the things that you do." Now, that was a very important insight from Nicodemus, and Nicodemus understood his Old Testament. He understood that God did not perform miracles willy-nilly. Nor did ministers in the Old Testament have signs in their studies that said, "Expect a miracle." Because if a miracle was something that one readily expected, the extraordinary nature of it would be lost if it were commonplace. I hear people speak in the vernacular constantly. They'll say, "Oh, the birth of a baby is a miracle. Every time I see a baby born, I say, it's a miracle." I'll say, I don't usually say anything, but I'm tempted to say, no, it's not. It's a marvelous thing. And it's something to which we should never be inured, that we should always, in a sense, be amazed by the majesty and mystery of human birth. But the human births occur every single day. They don't require the extraordinary, direct, immediate visitation of power that God displays in a miracle. Now, that doesn't mean that the power of God is not present in the birth. Again, the Bible teaches that the power by which everything comes to pass in this world is the power of God. But there is a difference between the ordinary operation of God's power and the extraordinary, where at times he will depart or deviate from the standard, normal pattern of the laws of nature, which are his laws, and set them aside to get our attention with something dramatic and transcendent. That belongs to the very character of nature. And so Nicodemus understood that, and he said, wow, you're doing things that a person could do only if God were with him. I mean, Nicodemus didn't even think, presumably, that Satan could do the things that Jesus was doing. And Jesus himself appealed to his miracles as his credential. He said, if you won't believe my words, believe me for my work's sake. Now we go to the book of Hebrews in the New Testament, and we read in the 2nd chapter of Hebrew these words: "Therefore we must give the more earnest heed to the things we have heard, lest we drift away. For if the word spoken through angels proved steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord and was confirmed to us by those who heard him? God also bearing witness with signs and wonders, with various miracles and gifts of the Holy Spirit." We often think of bearing witness as something that only we do, that it's our task to bear witness to Christ or to bear witness to God. But God bore witness to Jesus. And the way in which he bore witness to Jesus was by miracles.